Yeah, why would I want to have faith in you? Oh, me and you, Pavlos, are about to have a problem, buddy.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons with me. Nothing more needs to be said. We are doing fine so far. Of course, if you are enjoying the series, of course, leave a like. That'll be spectacular for them algorithms and whatnot. So we drew our first game away from home against the second place club. Pretty happy with that. We go away today to the third place club to see if we can try and do a little bit better than that still. Now, obviously, it's going to take us a little while to bed this in. I reckon after 4 or 5 games, we should start to see that turning point as the club hopefully start to get. I'm actually training several of the players that are really bad for their roles on those roles. I don't normally do that. I like to train weaknesses, but it will help with the familiarity if they just learn that role a little bit more, can bed those guys in for a little bit. Still going to persist with the ball-winning midfielder, particularly for today, because once again, away at a really good side, it makes sense to have a little bit more defensive stability. Because again, if we could just creep another draw here, it honestly wouldn't be the worst result in the world for us, but I do want to get that first win soon. And if it was to come against a team like this today, it could be the springboard that we need to keep going and not lose too much distance to that 4th spot, which we somehow have to catch by the end of the season. I'm also going to try something today with the highlights of the off-camera games where you can't see the score lines while I'm commentating them for you, because I think that might be slightly better. It was recommended in the comments. Not entirely sure how I'm going to do that. Either I'll just zoom it in slightly so you can't see it, or I'll put like a banner across the top to block it out. That way it's a bit more tense with the highlights of the off-camera games, and I think that'd be kind of cool. But do let me know what you think about that. So let's just jump straight in. No need for anything else. We did go for a little go-karting. Apparently there's go-karting nearby, so we've done a bit of that. Tried to do a bit of team bonding. Captain still hasn't having it. He just sat there on the sides grimacing at me. But that's fine. He came last, and he didn't get to go for ice cream afterwards. So that's your fault, really, isn't it? Changes-wise, so now you can see, look, so they're actually really, most of them are against, oh wait, no, that's not true. Unhappy with his manager's treatment. Okay, one thing that is really silly for me, how can they be against my treatment of a player that is unhappy before I even arrived at the club? I haven't treated it, unless it's because of the ice cream thing. I didn't think that would be such an issue, really, but apparently the players are massively into their ice cream here. So the one change I do want to make, though, is I'm going to start Oyakunumu because he has that aerial presence. He's a tiny bit worse, but he's a bit taller and he can win those balls in the air. And you know how much of our defensive stuff in the air is done with those aerial clearances to our midfielders. So I think that is super important today. But other than that, I want to keep things exactly the same to start to build those links relatively quickly. Get some of this familiarity up. Get all that jazz going in the right directions. I don't know. Let's just see. At least Sokulski scored on his first game for us. Obviously, Kyriakidis didn't care. That's not a huge issue there, but that's fine. People are looking inspired and motivated. You love to see it. Still haven't had our first home game, of course, at the club, but that's fine. We're playing against Othellos Athenio today. A draw again. Good result for me. However, it's obviously the red card kind of skewed things in the last match, so it's really hard to know how well we will have matched up against them over the full 90 minutes. But what I would say is that the only goal we conceded there was due to that horrendous mistake, and not because we got carved open specifically. That's not to say that we won't get carved open today, though. Duvniak with the ball out wide to Kyriakidis, who actually does flick it on. Sokulski, nearly a really nice piece of play there. Ball in behind, and actually Bonoa's got straight behind. It's a poor touch from him. He might not be able to get this back across the goal. He does, in fact, but Duvniak there to bail us out with a good stop. Goes to the ball over the top, and I tell you what, actually, Mira's got it. Not got a lot of support, but finds Christou, who's dropped very deep to get this one now. He's going to have to start getting forward here, and they're allowing him into space. Kyriakidis, we need the run. There's the run. Sokulski! Oh, better. Flipovic with the ball over the top. Can Mira win it? He flicks it across. Christou! Over the crossbar. Better. Well, so far, once again, we are completely controlling possession in this match, and looking good with that, but not fashioning too much just yet. Mira, Christou, Sokulski. Oh, what a save. What a save from the goalkeeper. I thought that was arrowing in off of Nobrega's foot there. Well, half-time we've kept things very tight and are actually probably just edging it so far. Nothing major just yet, but the players look pretty comfortable. Sorry if you can hear a dog barking. I can't do anything about it, unfortunately. Christou is struggling a little bit so far. Considering I expected him to be one of our better players, he's not really shone in the first couple of matches. I've just substituted him for Satalo to give us something a little bit different in there. But I do wonder, again, if that's being affected by the slight change in the midfield dynamic. We'll try out the box-to-box, perhaps, in the next game, because it's against a weaker opposition, where defensive stability might not be quite so important. Mira, though. Sokulski. Oh, can he put it around the side here, Nobrega? Around the side for Sokulski! Just wide of the post, but really nice again. It's a good ball over the top, but... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Wow. It's just... yeah, there's a reason why they are quiet leaky. Because they barely had a shot in this game, and they've scored, and we are now losing to this lot as well. Wow. Better. Again, Sokulski. Outcasts. I have now put it back to box, so we'll see if we can get that extra body forward. Maybe we'll make a difference in some of our attacking play. Sotalo is never going to win that. And this is the issue. Those would have been picked up easily by Outcasts before to recycle the possession. But it's a balancing act in any of these situations, really, isn't it? No, we are going to go down 1-0 defeat here away at Othellos. We still haven't scored an open play goal yet, but I do think that we just look better with the box-to-box, unfortunately. There's more of an attacking threat to us. As you can see from, yet again, like the changes we made, we've become more attacking. And I think it was a harsh result to lose that game. I don't think we played that badly, but it is a question of things like morale, tactical familiarity. Hopefully that stuff will come with time, and we can start to pick up a couple of results. Because obviously 2 very tough games, which we've held our own in both of them. But I feel like it's harsh to only come out with 1 point, but it is what it is. We must push on and hopefully start to turn the tide on this a little bit. Easier game up next, maybe get a win, I just don't know. Right then, friends, we're back. And, well, Mira's ball in, goalkeeper messes it, Filipovic in the 33rd minute gave us the lead against Thoy, and my god was that important. But then just after half-time, we finally got this nice passing play working. Sokulski gets it and just hammers it into the bottom corner for 2-0 to Ermis, and we very much needed that. However, immediately after that, we did get a scare as yet another one of these free kicks. I don't know what free kicks is at lower levels. We need to score those a lot more. But in the end, it was Ermis 2, Thoy 1. Very, very tight game that we come out on the right-hand side of this time, which is nice. We've got the result on the end. Filipovic with the goal, and then obviously Sokulski getting his second goal for us since we came in. It's nice to see that our striker can finish when put in opportunities, and that is definitely going to be a factor for us during the season, quite simply. So, yeah, it was just nice to get that one over the line, and really it could have been probably 2-0, but they had chances in this game as well. So for us to get this one, I think was a really strong result that we very much needed. As next up, we went away to Omonia Pesevda, and unfortunately, 56 minutes in, whipped in, and we defended very well up until this point, but it was 1-0 to them on 55 minutes. Frustrating times, but not long after that, 65th minute, we finally saw a bit of this. Getting down the right-hand side, Kyriakidis whips a ball through, comes all the way in, and there at the back post was Marcio Mira to make it 1-1. I thought, you know what, a point isn't the end of the world. But on 85 minutes, the ball comes to him on the edge of the area. Look at the way he winds up, and Outcasts hammers it home for 2-1 to Ermis. But then we ballsed it up. In stoppage time, shocking pass there, and I knew the moment the pass was in that Kukovica was going to score here, and he makes it 2-2. And it was disappointing, because this was probably our best performance that we've had of the entire season. Created a ton of opportunities in this, a decent number of opportunities in this match, and we're looking pretty cushy, really. But there was just so many highlights towards the end, and we couldn't seem to do anything about it. A frustrating one not to win this game, but I suppose moving in the right direction. We're certainly not looking outclassed in any matches, which is a good start. I think we're a little bit harsh to not have more points than we do so far, and that's fine. It will come over the season as we start to build our way in. Christou is still really struggling, unfortunately, so there's something to look at, definitely, but not the end of the world so far. Taking 4 points out of those 2 games was quite important to keep us going at the top. Not at the top, at the bottom. Hilariously, I think we've actually slipped places in the league because Olympia have won back-to-back matches and pulled themselves out of the relegation zone entirely. So we've ended up falling a little bit weirdly. But nevertheless, I still think our form is definitely improving. We've only lost 1 game since we've been in charge, but we need to get a few more victories. The reason I came back a little bit earlier today is because today's game is against Omonia Aradipu, who are our fierce local rivals, directly, well, not directly above us, but a few points above us in the league. And if we were to beat them in this home match, the first home game you're going to see, it would be, well, we'd only go to 1 point behind them and start to pull ourselves up, because really, we're not actually that far off of like 7th and 6th in this league with just a good little run of form, and all of a sudden we're a top half team battling it out further up. It's the top teams where things are starting to really go away. Doxa are just gone. And now for the bad news. The entire team basically got on my back. We had about, I think it was 23 players complained about the fact that I wouldn't let our captain leave. So I did the usual, we'll be weak without our captain's influence. And the whole team went, don't care, mate. Just let him go. And I'm like, well, what can I do there? Because otherwise, either I piss off the entire team or I agree to it. So they've now strong-armed me into probably selling our captain in January, because that's definitely what we need right now. So, yeah, that's the situation there. He's causing problems, his old Captain Kyriakidis, and I'm not sure I'm a big fan of his right now. No ice cream for you. And he can think again if he thinks he's coming on the next ice cream trip, because I was thinking about that being the perfect... Actually, to be fair, a win against this lot, I think it'd be a little bit more than ice cream being consumed. Christou, not happy with him so far. He's very good, and he seems to suit that role nicely. You'll see that they're starting to get a bit more confident in the familiarity as well. I think he just needs game time, because he's a good player and does seem to suit the role nicely. I just need him to get into the positions a little bit more. He's, for me, he has all the attributes to be like a Zanioli type player, but I think it's going to take him a little while. He just needs that football. There were a few players that supported me, or rather against that guy, but it just felt like I would piss off 23 squad members, and a lot of them were like in our first 11. There's a lot of these players that are around here that I just couldn't afford to have on my back as well. So, selection advice. What are they fancying here? Gomez as a centre-back. Yeah, that's going to be a no from me on that one. Outcasts scored that beautiful goal. These two have a pairing that just isn't working out so far, so I am actually going to go back to... Oh, wait, Christopher. Yeah, of course. So we'll bring in Filipovic in there too. Christopher, just really not happy with him. He just doesn't have the height and stuff to make things work there. Bench-wise, though, I think we'll just leave it at that, to be honest. Let's just get into this game. Nice link building up on this left-hand side, which is what I like to see. David Dynamite's been pretty okay so far this season as well. We've not got an Ermin Anrushi, though. That's the issue. And look at our goalkeeper's performances as well. He's just not saving anything, unfortunately, and that's kind of an issue. Yeah, why would I want to have faith in you? Oh, me and you, Pavlos, are about to have a problem, buddy. It's annoying how good he is on that right-hand side. Otherwise, I would drop the bastard, but we don't have a choice in the matter right now. So, this is a big one. In the derby, a decent crowd for this game. I wonder what the actual crowd is going to be after this. We'll have to have a look in the second half. If we can come up with a win here, I'd be extremely pleased. Right, let's go. Maybe this could be the game that Christou finally sort of beds into this team a little bit more and starts playing better. Sokolski. Kyriakidis. Sokolski needs to get into the striker position right now. There we go. Now, here we go. Good football. This is more like it. Oh, Mira's through! Marcio Mira has hit the post. And this is what I mean. Chances like that, you cannot be at least... You have to hit the target, at least. Ball on the side. Piss pass. Should be an easy block. Good block. And back to... Come on, lads. You're better than this. Chill. Chill your jets. The key thing is always getting... they've actually got an extra man there. So we are going to struggle here, but there's always going to be that little bit of extra space. Dynamite. Gomez. Christou. Round the side for Mira. This time he has to score, and it's saved. And Kyriakidis is there. Good football once more, though. Really nice work to get him in behind. They can't get out their half at the moment. Nobrega. Oh, here we go. Diego Gomez again. Mira. Round the side for Christou. Blocked, and Sokolski puts it in the bottom corner. Łukasz Sokolski, that has been coming like crazy. Ermis Aradipu 1, Omonia Aradipu 0, and this might be the best performance we've put in all season. Really nice football from us. This is just nice work. Exactly what... Look at that round the side. Christou should do better, but it's come to Sokolski anyway, and he has shown already in the first few matches in charge that he has got goals to his game. That's 3 goals, all of which I think have been from open play. No, 2 of which. They've got their own Kyriakidis. Can we swap, maybe? Please, no. Okay, good. Duvniak makes a stop. I'm genuinely really pleased with that first half performance. Again, not a huge volume of shots, which is often a bit of an issue at the early stages of Villesta until we started to get a bit more competent. But they've been high-quality chances today. That's the thing. We've created some really good chances, and Sokolski has finally been the benefactor of one. It just took them falling to him instead of Mira today, he's done great movement, just hasn't been able to get those balls in the back of the net. We should be 3-0 up, potentially. Not really, but still. Find Sokolski. Sokolski as well, for me, is... miles better than Jankulovski in terms of his impact in the team. Knocks it down. Obviously, he's better because they're all better than the players. But what I mean is, as far as for what I want to do, he really does seem to suit us down to the ground. He's got the same sort of aerial presence and stuff, but he has a really nice technical ability. Nobrega! And it's in the bottom corner. João Nobrega, Ermis 2, Omonia 0. That is beautiful. Nobrega with a lovely run. I think that might have been Dynamite with the ball in, and it was indeed a Dynamite cross. 2-0 up in the derby now. Oh, no, was it Miro maybe with the ball in? That is a hell of a pick out. Really nice run from Nobrega, and that's what I want out of the Metsala, and we're starting to finally see now the movement and the build-up looking exactly more like it was with Villesta. All I really want now from this match, obviously, is the win, but I want to see Christou maybe score a goal. I feel like this is the kind of game where he can make those runs and find the space to score. Diego Gomez, round the side for Christou. Oh, he can slip it around the side for Sokolski. He does! And it was nearly 3-0. Great football again. Great pass picked out. This is more like it, friends. I'm glad that we chose this as a live comp, because 1, the derby, and 2, because this is the first time I've watched this and thought, yeah, these tactical plans are starting to stick now. The last thing we need to do is go and concede a goal now out of just nothing. Just keep tracking that run. That's fine. He'll probably shoot from range. It's a tight angle. What a tackle. I just can't fathom the dumbassery of a referee to give a penalty for that. Are we implying that the Omonia player was the one that kicked it completely in the direction of the ball? The way the... Oh my god. Come on. This reminds me so much of that Christian Pelt one in the Villesta game against... And it's a great... Well, it's a penalty for Omonia, and they're back in it. The corrupt refereeing begins as Piss Pass, a very appropriate name, grabs a goal back for Omonia out of literally nowhere. Ball cleared out of play, straight to David Dynamite, who actually has had a poor day, apparently. Oh, and now he's found Mira. Can he flick it around the side? Christou! And it's in the back of the net. Christodoulos Christou. And if there was anybody that deserved a goal today, it was this young man. 17 years young, and it really is. Really nice piece of football here from Ermis. And we do not retake the lead, restore our advantage. Nice ball. Lovely flick from Mira. But it's a great finish from Christou. He almost scoops that past the goalkeeper, and that is more like it. Come on. They can stick their corrupt referees up their back bottom. They have put a three-man... They've got a three-man strike force right now, so this could get quite interesting. Oh, my God. Palbrick's through as well. And it's an unbelievable stop from Duvniak. He's done well today. They're obviously going to be more attackingly threatening for the next few minutes, but the thing is, with three strikers, they are completely sacrificing their entire final third in order to do that. I think there's a stronger chance of us scoring a fourth than them actually scoring a second. Dynamite. There's going to be so much space now for us to move the ball around in this area. Kyriakidis, round the side for Christou. It's Christodoulos Christou, makes it 4-1 to Ermis, and what did I tell you? They just completely sacrificed their entire midfield, and look at how many free players we have just standing around here. It's a no-brainer. Lovely ball around the side from Kyriakidis, but look at this for a finish. Just a little scoopy dink shot. Okay, this lad might well have finally found himself now. It's 4-1. My excitement for the rest of this season is growing at a rate of knots right now. 4-1 up in the derby, playing some lovely, lovely football in this match as well. It's not like we've had to rely on luck in today's game. We've played some really nice stuff, and that's what most excites me about this team now going forward. I'm starting to see the connections building up, and there we go. In the derby, Ermis 4, Omonia 1. And that, my friends, is the importance of being Ermis. Jesus Christ, what a performance. Christodoulos Christou, CC, my man, what a ledge. Man of the match in the end, basically just on that last 10-minute performance, but everybody was superb in this game. Even David Dynamite, come on! That feels like a big turning point for us as, you know, a comfortable 4-1 victory against the team that were, you know, considerably above us in the league as far as position, but are now only 1 point above us in terms of actual points, which is the main thing. Only 4 points off the relegation zone, but at the same time, also only 4 points off of 7th spot, as we hope to start closing that gap. And wins like this are how you go about doing that. Big amounts of goals. Just so happy. And I'm still annoyed. Honestly, we should have won this game 4-0. That penalty was nonsense. He got an assist as well. 91% pass completion, 2 goals and an assist for Christodoulos Christou. I tell you what, friend, he's getting a face soon. I can promise you that. He feels like one of those players that could suddenly come out of nowhere to be a hero in this save, and he's a young regen, and I don't know what more you want. That's amazing. You've played 5 games, won 2, drawn 2, lost 1. And you can start to see the goals. That's the key thing. Our goal scoring is slowly improving now. And I'm really, really a big fan of that. So we're going to start off next episode against Asil. Then we'll do a big chunk, though. We'll cover a bit more ground. I just wanted to show you guys the derby. So, if you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, drop a like. 1,000 people in the stadium for the derby. You love to see it. Oh, dear. Yeah, drop a like. That'd be phenomenal. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be sick, too. Stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as well. It's obviously Streamer Showdown right now, too, over on Twitch. So go check that out as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.